quite a few people maybe hoping that I lose this Blood Bowl match. Oh, welcome along, everyone, to another United Scarab Khemirates game, which is live on the old Twitch, as always. So hello, everyone in chat as well. This is pretty much our biggest game of the season, this. So here is how we are looking. It's pretty much status quo, really. We've got the 4 Tomb Guardians, all with Mighty Blow, coupled with Guard. Would still like a level here on this one for some more Guard if I could possibly get my hands on it. The Blitz Ras are the same as they've been for a long time. And the Throw Ras are the same as, or certainly Imhotep Pratchett is the same as he's been for a long time, but he's 2 SPP away from a level, is Mr. Pratchett. So here's hoping he can get a hold of that today. So yeah, welcome along Singe, McNaughton, who was adamant I needed to stream this game, and Shasselbob as well. We are up against everyone's favourite Nurgle team, except it's not going to be my favourite Nurgle team for the next 90 minutes or so. Nurgle, Murgle, Ourgle, which is a lot of fun to say. This is REBBL's mob, and there's a lot of them for us to get through. So we have a piece of Nurgle with Guard. We have Guard on 3 of the Nurgle warriors. Claw, Mighty Blow on just the 1. One of them is Blodge, which is interesting. And then Guard stand firm on another. Ekel is not quite a rookie, but only has block. The ball carrier is Katrina. And Hunger is the Pestigore with Claw, Mighty Blow. However, there is no Claw, Mighty Blow piling on Pestigore because that one died last week. That was called Dementia. It has been replaced by Cancer. He's a rookie Pestigore. So the team value is at 1990. It means we, for the 2nd week in a row, are going to get some inducements. And there's the dirty player here is out, injured. So just the 1 dirty player for us to deal with. However, I don't have any dirty players. So we're going to drop wherever the invite. In terms of the league table, we remain 3rd. Bash Buddies lost last week, which was a surprise. Did not expect that, so it was a good win for Carlos Ibs. He has won again today, has Carlos Ibs, so he's only 2 points behind me now. The Nurgle are 3 points behind me, as are Hummercep's Amazons. So if we win here, we're looking great, and if we lose, we are not looking great at all. Today, I am taking a Wizard, and I'm also going to spend 50k of my own cash on a Babe, because we expect a little bit of attrition to come back the other way today as well. And at this point, if the worst thing was to happen to a Tomb Guardian, it's 100k to replace one, so I only need 10k from the game, which is the minimum you can get to replace that player. The Wizard is, of course, because he has a Strength 4 ball carrier, which might be quite difficult to get the ball off without the use of lightning. So here's hoping we don't roll too many 1s. Or at least not one specific one when it comes to the Wizard. But yeah, best of luck to wherever. This is a big game. He really needs a win here. I can probably take a draw. I think a draw is okay for me. But we will have to see how it goes. We're on Astro Granite in the Purgle Gurgle Kurgle of Nurgle, Murgle, Ourgle. So, first important question is who wins the kickoff, and it's quite a big one to win this because hitting first could be all important. And it is me, and there is only one decision I'm making here. We are receiving the ball first in the hope that we can maybe reduce the numbers for the second half. And he might be down numbers, at which point I want to fire the Wizard. But come the end of the first half, there might be a situation where I'll say, well, if a Wizard can guarantee me a score, then I may consider it, because again, a 1-1 might be okay. So, plenty of decisions to make here. We're going to be able to easily set up 3 dice blocks on the LOS here, thanks to the Guard Skeletons. So no problem there at all. Yeah, so obviously wherever I'm saying he's not as confident as he would have been if he'd had that Claw Pommer, I was not disappointed at all when that thing died last week. He's got 3 on the bench, including that ball carrier. His killer is niggled, by the way, is Hunger. So if we get a shot at him, there's an extra chance for removal. He's got 1 more on the bench than I do. But here we're going to have 3 dice block. We're going to have 3 dice block. And all going well, we should then have 3 dice block again. I'm just going to retreat back a little bit with these 2, just in case he was to roll a blitz. Because things could go a little horribly if that was to be the case. He doesn't have a kicker on the team, which is fine. So ideal result for him right now would be a blitz and or perfect defence. And we see me getting the chance to get Mr. Pratchett straight into the ball. Nice kick-off return. And that is perfect defence. So there you go. Not good news. That makes my life much more difficult here. It'll be interesting to see if he does opt to commit heavily to the front line. He'll certainly deny me the 3 dice blocks, that's for sure. But he might just shift to one side here on the basis that it is a little tricky for me to properly take advantage. Sorry, it's difficult for him to position these players in such a way that I can't just start blocking more of them anyway. So I think this is not overly aggressive. You know, if I could have found 1 2 dice block, it might have opened up the path for a whole bunch of 2 dice blocks, which could have made the drive much easier for me. Hopefully Mr. Pratchett just saves me a few worries here and just catches this thing, which I would be more than happy with. I'll assume he won't, because it's kind of thing. Oh, he got it. Good lad. Right. That means we can moat around a little bit here. So, in terms of things I want to do, we can still open up with a 3 dice block here. If we want to take a whole bunch of LOS blocks, we're probably going to have to blitz this Rotter. Although that being said, I might want to blitz the Nurgle Warrior here instead. So that is a pretty good spot for a guard skeleton. I can quite easily shift the ball over here because the Nurgle have kind of committed to one side at this point. That should prevent him from coming anywhere near it. So, in terms of a blitz, it's obviously safer to make a 2 dice with block than it is to make a 3 dice without. So we could go for the Nurgle Warrior here. This Claw Mighty Blow player is kind of out of the way. If I take that block like that, then we're pretty okay. The problem being that if we were to 1 in 9 that, we are in all sorts of bother. So I think what we do is put that Tomb Guardian there first. And by 1 in 9, I of course mean 1 in 36. So that makes it pretty safe to take that block here. We do indeed 1 in 9 it, so I guess we're just going to hang fire on that. We'll just take the both down. Still keeps a Nurgle Warrior tied up against a couple of players. We can then follow that up with... I suppose we should really stop being lazy and just finish off the cage. What I now want to do is commit a skeleton here to prevent him getting too much guard in to take a hit against this Tomb Guardian. So we'll put that skeleton there like that. Push around here, and that will be, if he brings too much over here unprotected, we can be quite aggressive with this Blitzerer. We have a shot we can take We can take that for 3 dice. That's quite nice. That is a POW, which is good, so we'll push him over here and out the way. We can make that a 3 dice, actually, if we put him there. And of course, 3 dice blocks is exactly what we want. That's another one. This is the one we want to level on, if we can get a hold of it. Nope, just a stun for now. And old Taylor Swift can just sit in here until required for action. So, not a terrible first turn, not a great one. A removal would have been ideal, but at least we have the ball and there's no concern there. Sammy Oak, yeah, it looks good, doesn't it? The old double skull logo here. I do like the Astro Granite. It's a shame it's such a naff inducement because it does look good. The Elf Turf's the same. Looks great when you see it, but it's obviously just not the best looking thing. Or not the most useful thing in the world necessarily. But certainly adds an element. So I don't think he's got many high value blocks against the Tomb Guardians. He can very much hit that guard skeleton, no problem at all. Now his dirty player is on the bench, which means he's probably less likely to foul this half, so I can probably be more aggressive with piling on rolls this half. Because obviously if I can keep those 2 rotters locked down on one side of the field, I can kind of afford to pile on to my heart's content at the other side. There's a knockdown on Jose Mourinho. He'll put him next to the Beast of Nurgle, I imagine. Unless he's planning to move said beast. Nope, I was wrong. Now we can close your eyes and hope. And he's okay. So, he can at best get a 1 dice block against this Tomb Guardian with his Claw Mighty Blow. Or 2 dice with the Beast if he's willing to make a GFI. The Beast is coming out to play. Welcome along, T. I hope you're well. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for the juicier targets. And obviously we'll see how the turn ends. But right now that Pestigore could be high amongst them. I'm just going to see where the blitz is going to go here. Just going to blitz this skeleton on the end. I guess that's fair enough. Rolls a double push. That's great news for me. Because now I can set up a fairly comfortable hit against his Beast of Nurgle. All we have to do is step the guard skeleton in there. And we've got a 2 dice on the Beast. And it is with block, so it should be safe. How are we looking elsewhere? Blitz target. It'll depend what happens here as to where the blitz target goes. If that thing goes down, it potentially opens up a shot on the Pestigore. We'll see. I'm going to take this block and just see what happens. Well, we've rolled a knockdown. We don't want to leave him where he is, but I'm also not following this up. Okay, so a little bit too short for damage there, which is fine. That Pestigore's a decent target, because that's a threat to the ball. This Pestigore's a rookie, which means it's easier to knock down. The problem is that I'd like to take these blocks first if I was going to hit that one. because otherwise I'm going to be stuck in play here, which is not really what we're looking for. I actually think my blitz is going to go here. Ron Boneman really is having a rough old time with these blocks at the moment, isn't he? Not ideal in the slightest. So now we might have to look towards protecting that. I'm happy I made that block with a block player rather than anything else. You there. Double skull, not a great turn at all. It's a bit better. It's a 1 in 9 and a double skull this turn. But we do need a bit more support over here. That's all we can do for this turn. That was I felt like a pretty weak turn, to be honest. That wasn't great. There's two ways you might go about this. You can either just cover where the team appears to be going and maybe blitz the front skeleton again. He does have an option if he wants to go for more of a glory play to try and take this skeleton out and then maybe come round the back here to hit my Starman. There's a gap here if he can remove that skeleton. Okay, so he is just moving that way with the claw player, which is fine. I was concerned if he knocked that down, he could also have taken a claw hit against set 7 here. Beast of Nurgle is up, and is not, so he's sort of retreating off a bit here, which is interesting. Suggests he probably is going for this play, and if it goes wrong, he's got the coverage there. Gets the push on the skeleton, so that play's still technically on, if he wants it. So it's now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to hit Taylor Swift. Here we go. We are going for the glory hit. Double push. Will we see a greed reroll on that? Thinking about it. Doesn't take it. So to be honest, that'll put a thing on the ball, but we're gonna take our shot against this and can probably afford to pile on. We need to do that first. Oh, come off it. Weak dice rolls so far. Really poor. I think I still have to blitz that again with the thrower this time. It's better. It's a knockdown. No removal or no armor break, which is a shame. We've got to cover the ball like that. Now got a hit we can take here. It's a bit more like it. We have to do that, because that turns us into a 1 dice at best against this guy. Just shift the ball centrally for now. We've got a block we can take here, as we just try to remove some of these rotters. We are still very much struggling to do. This is a 2+ dodge out. Rolls a 1. Rolls a snake. There is nothing going our way so far. But there's time. The ball's still pretty secure. So he's expecting that thing to take a punch. Yeah, this player is utterly I don't know how he's got 114 SPP. He's been utterly hopeless. Is it your fault, Gruff? Are you cursing him? I mean, it was super close to an armor break as well. But he can take his pick on the Tomb Guardians now. He can put his guard where he wants it. Here comes the mighty blow hit. It means the claw's not going elsewhere for now. Just a stun. It's this is probably the weakest opening 3 turns to a match I can remember us having this season, other than the dwarf game at the very start, where everything just went instantly horribly wrong. Claw mighty blow hit on a Tomb Guardian. Gets whichever knockdown he prefer. Straight through the armor. And a knockout. 1 hit. That's the first hit he's taken, and straight away a removal. And meanwhile, I can't hit anything. So now down by 1. It makes our life problematic, to say the least. We need a removal on the next turn to at least even this up, or things are going to start to snowball. I think he's deciding right now whether to base the ball or just retreat that killer. He's going to go for a foul. I don't hate that. But I do kind of hate him not moving the killer there. And taking a couple of GFIs. It's just dice he doesn't need to roll. That's a better play. Stand firm, beast the Nurgle on the ball. That becomes a huge problem. Because now I am utterly relying on Ron Boneman. On what at the moment would be a 2 dice if I mark that up. Or maybe this up. But I need a knockdown. Quite simply. He's going to take the... If he gets the foul here, I'm in massive bother. Any armor break, and I'm in big trouble. He's okay. But it's still another mark here that I need to deal with. Right, so how do we do this? We hit you. A bit more like it. Yeah, I can't afford to pile on that. That lets me put the guard in here. We can then hit the Beast of Nurgle. Push is just such a bad result. Oh. It's just rotten. Rotten result. So this is where we need the dice roll. I need to commit a reroll to this. He's done it. Fair play. Oh, and we can pile on that with Mighty Blow available. That's a good knockout. So that is a good removal our way. So the ball is now going to have to come over here, is it not? And now I've got some very, very scary blocks. It's good enough. Where does he want to go? He wants to go that way. And then we can hit you. That's going to have to be okay. And then we stay there. And then you can hit you. And that's a knockdown. Hopefully we'll get a cheeky armor break on that. The Rotters are extremely survivable today. We have got rid of a Nurgle warrior on a KO. And it's one of the pain in the backside ones. Good work, T, on those blitzers. Have you dropped any pictures in tabletop discussion? Because I'm sure the guys who read that channel regularly would like to have a look at them. So we're now playing 10 aside. It's 1 KO each. 1 to one of my Tomb Guardians and 1 to one of his Nurgle Warriors, which seems about fair. About even in terms of removals. My worry right now is that my team is becoming a little overly spread out. And yeah, as he's spotted, there is an uphill shot on the ball if he wants it with a rotter. But I've kind of offered him that. If it fails, if he went for it and it failed, it gives me a bit of room to manoeuvre, which could be what I need to get the touchdown. We're halfway through the half from my point of view. That's a 2 dice with the Claw Mighty Blow. Pest to go if Tomb Guardians are going to be the order of the day. Which I imagine they are with Claw Mighty Blow. GMAN 2, 40. So 1 below the big leagues. He may foul again as well. Really need him to apply a push here. That's a reroll. Okay, so we've at least burned a reroll. Another armor break. So many. He's not even needing the claw there. Just strolls straight up to a Tomb Guardian and just stuns it straight off the bat. Another Nurgle Warrior coming to say hello to the ball. He's going to take his 2 assist foul now. Pretty good foul, to be fair. Oh, a send off. Excellent. He's rolled a double 3. Okay, does that give me a little bit of scope to possibly escape here? Because if we can remove that, there could be a little bit of a chance to maneuver down here. He was indeed so close, but not quite close enough. Let's take that. Oh, let's not roll that. Let's not do that. Oh, man. But we get a casualty and we do level that Tomb Guardian. This next game for him, but we don't have a reroll for all the stuff we still need to do. So it's actually going to be throw raw blitz now. If we roll a foul appearance here, we could be knackered. No reroll on this. And there's nothing else I can do that's safer. Oh, it's good enough. It's good enough. So the plan now... How far can you go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put the ball here. We should be okay. Because we've got tackle on this guy as well to stop the crazy dodge. Right, next up is that 2 dice. And the pushes are okay. To be honest. Because I mainly just needed this guard skeleton free. Now, as much as I'd like to go and assist the block here, I got to go and cover the ball. Just have to go and cover the ball. Or we need some more players over here, essentially. So that is a required move. Now, which 2+ do you take? Do you take this 2+ and another one to give you an assist there? Well, probably not on Astro Granite. So we'll take this one with Pro. I'm not going to Pro a 1 dice because I feel I'm asking for trouble there. And we'll try and make a 2+ dodge with Break Tackle, and he's rolled another one. Three straight. We've got Break Tackle on a Strength 4 player and you roll 3 straight ones. But we have actually... We're up by 2 on the field now, which is a positive. The drive isn't over by any stretch. Gonna go for a rookie Pestigol first action blitz, is he? I just needed, all I needed was him here to protect against him marking this thing up so that I could use this on the next turn to deal with whatever goes over here. But unfortunately right now, just cannot get this player on his feet. Big couple of turns on the way. That's a great spot for the yet to really stupid beast of Nurgle. So he's got 3 players on the bench to replace the 3 that are removed. I'd like a couple more permanent removals if I can, just to make sure he's not at 11 for the next half, but that's probably unlikely. It's Pestigol. He just has one job to do, and it is to tie up my best player. And it's doing that job magnificently so far, to be fair. I'm down to 1 reroll with 3 turns to go. That's scary as well. Blitzing the throw right at the front makes all the sense in the world, to be fair. And for record, it's a good job I've got leader on this throw raw, or I'd be fresh out of rerolls at this stage. That's nice. Because we can stand firm on that and keep these dudes locked down. Popsicle, thank you for the follow there. That's also... I mean, he's going to get surf next turn. But it keeps this guy probably out of the game. Okay, so the alternative is we free up... Gives me a free skeleton, which is also good. I'm wondering if he might come through here to hit the Blitzra. There's 2 ways it can go. I think if he comes through and hits the Blitzra, he gives up the drive. Because right now, it's looking like I've got a fairly distinct numbers advantage on this side of the field. Especially because he wasn't able to knock that Tomb Guardian over, which means he needs to make a 4+ dodge with a reroll with that one now. So we'll just blitz the Tomb Guardian instead. Oh, he'll reroll that. And he doesn't get him. Okay, set 7 might have just scored us a touchdown here. Because I'm going to force dice from him if he wants to dodge away. One in 9's it. Right, that, I think, hopefully opens things up for me here. If I want to hit him, I kind of need a GFI, which I can't really afford. So I actually think we don't go for that player, and we just form a cage quite far up the field. So what I can't actually really afford to do this turn is use a reroll. You are just going to tie him up, because that keeps his guard and claw mighty blow out of the game. Decision to be made now is what we do in here. I probably take a blitz with Ron Boneman to allow Taylor Swift to move over at this area of the field. I think that's the right thing to do. I'm not going to blitz anywhere else. So we're trusting in him again. He rolls a double skull. This player is appalling all of a sudden. Irony of ironies, I'm going to pile on that. Yep, he's still useless. So now I am fresh out of rerolls. That's 4 rerolls in 4 turns, I think. So I think if we push that and then push that, we can follow that up in there. And that gives me a 2 dice. Nope, that was the wrong way to do all of that. We're going to have to hit the rotter. Almost there. It was a decent turn, but my god, that Blitzerat is really, really letting me down. He's burned half of the rerolls. Certainly at least half. I know of 2. This Tomb Guardian burned 1. All I'm hoping is that he doesn't have enough players that he can free up over here. If I can get one more push both down against this thing. This is fine. This doesn't matter. This skeleton's job is to just take blocks from this Nurgle warrior. He's stopped doing his job, but he has regened. So he's got 1 dice there. Beast of Nurgle's got a 2 dice, but it is, of course, a Beast of Nurgle. You can also take 2 GFIs to 1 dice to Tomb Guardian with him, with horns if he wants. This is quite smart. This is essentially just him trying to bait a 1 in 9 out of this Tomb Guardian. He's got Wrestle Dodge to protect himself. Obviously, I right now am extremely prone to a 1 in 9 wrecking everything. One dice pow. Who did that come from? A pretty perfect result. As 1 dice pows tend to be. Makes the GFI. So it's going to be a GFI 2 dice into the cage corner here. Gets his knockdown. Ooh. Ooh. That wasn't particularly grand, was it? I'm thinking I might have to score. Put the guard in there. You're basically covering the touchdown threat now if this goes wrong. Again, foul appearance knacks me. Oh God, not again. Is that the third double skull of the half? I have to go for the score and just pray that I don't roll yet another one. Come on, Terry. Oh, he's in. Oh. That is a sigh of relief. It's one turn earlier than I'd like. So we do have to defend against the 2-turn now. So many dub skulls and 1 in 9s this half. His KO comes back. I've got one Babe, remember, and get one Tomb Guardian back. So hopefully we'll get the other one back in the second half. He's the one who has leveled. So basically this is about, can we protect against the 2-turn? That's question 1. Can we prevent the 2-turn? And question 2 is, can we protect ourselves against... can we do it without the wizard? If we can do it without the wizard, then we're in a much stronger spot for the second half. If we do have to fire the wizard, then that is obviously less than ideal. Pratchetet is going on the bench in favour of that skeleton, because someone's got to get blitzed over here. So a nice deep kick would be lovely, but we do have to protect against a 2-turn here. The pro massively bailed me out there. That was about to be a horrible, horrible scenario where the touchdown was gone on the failure of that 4+ from Tyler Swift there. We got a 4 as it happens. You talk about heart in your mouth stuff, but we are 1-0 up. All going well. If we can hold out against this 2-turn touchdown, which is tricky for Nurgle. If we can hold out against it, then we should at least be looking at a 1-1 draw, worst case scenario. Why didn't I put the rookie on the line? I don't know. Good question. I'll be punished for that, I imagine. But hey ho. Aromasin, welcome along. Yeah, leaving the guard on the line is basically me sitting here right now, sweating, and just breathing a big sigh of relief about how much pro saved me out there. So many people have told me to take Juggernaut. I should have taken Juggernaut instead of Pro on this player. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, they'd be right. But the 10th time out of 10, I wouldn't have scored a touchdown there. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I guess. There is a big game in Division 2 later on between the top 2. As they were going into this week. Hustler and Barzerk. That's starting in around 2 hours' time, so I'm hoping to cast that game. Yeah. Right now, Werevem knows he kind of has to win this game. So he's got to play aggressively because of the fact I've scored. He has to score twice now. So it was difficult. It was stressful to get there, but we are in the box seat right now. We also do have the +1 fame if it comes down to it. Here comes that kick, and it's a blitz. So that fills me with a little bit of hope, but also a little bit of concern that if we get this wrong, we could actually hurt ourselves here. Got to be super careful, because if I don't get this right, I'm going to leave myself overexposed in the backfield. He can go there. Because he's still got these blocks against the skeleton, so what's going to happen is he can just open a hole in the centre of the field. So if I go too aggressively against the sideline, he's just going to come straight in for me. What I'm actually far more likely to do is just put one Tomb Guardian here. One skeleton in front of him. And then another Tomb Guardian can go here. Because we're trying to cover him running through these gaps, remember? Throw raw there. I'm trying not to overcommit as desperately as I possibly can. I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to blitz anything yet. I'm almost certainly not blitzing with either of these two. I need these guys in the backfield. Because I need them available for whichever of these Pestigors makes a break for it. He actually needs to say, because he's movement 7, needs to say dead centre. And he can't reach. So if I go one further back, then he can't even base him. And I think he's more likely to go this way. So we'll put you there. I think my blitz is going possibly there. Because I think that shuts down this angle of attack for him. I'm tempted, you know. But we won't. So yeah, that was me basically playing that super safe. I didn't really have any particularly great blitzers, and it wasn't about causing damage there. It's more important to prevent this 2-turn touchdown. What this has allowed me to do is kind of stop a situation where he's going to be able to cage whoever the intended receiver is. Yeah, I considered the both down. I really did consider it. I just had this horrible feeling I'd lose a skeleton out of it. So a stun on the guard. That's a really useful push. The longer these things can stay up, the less chance he's got of coming through the middle. And the longer they can not die. 6 skull saves a day. Octo Chicken, welcome along to one of my games. So I suppose I should be showing you how it's done here. See where he goes. He hasn't put anything in scoring range yet. So remember, if we're talking about good, great, excellent, good is just prevent the touchdown. You should probably blitz do that, to be fair. Great is prevent the touchdown without using a wizard. And even better is prevent the touchdown, don't use the wizard, and maybe remove an important player as well. So they're sort of the three objectives. The beast is really stupid for now. So he ain't coming through the middle because he's used all the Nurgle warriors. He might just target this thrower. He might have considered that the score is potentially beyond him thanks to that blitz. You know what, Octo Chicken? The Imoteri Pratchedep, who, by the way, should level after the game thanks to that touchdown if he survives. He's actually done his job picking up the ball today. It's been Ron Boneman, who has been utterly, atrociously bad. Don't imagine he'll follow this. That's another stun. These stuns are great. So he's not coming down this side. I think you'll put the Rotter into scoring range. I don't think he minds losing that. The Pestigore he might be more concerned about.
Ready, steady. Oh.
Mr. Man 137. Welcome along. That's a GFI. He's going to make the pass. He's going for it then. That's a 1 on the pass, so reroll. Last reroll's gone. If he drops this, there's no score. He drops it. Right. Brilliant. There's no score. So we will be 1-0 up at half-time. The plan now is to not take any damage. Yeah, that's the plan. The idea here is that we want to get the Tomb Guardians as far away from harm as we possibly can. As tempting as it is to go barreling in to hurt something, he has got another one on the bench and I can only hit one thing. Well, I can hit 2 things. Yeah. We're on the way back. We will blitz with him so that we can retreat away. Get a stun. So what I want to do, right now the thrower is way less important than the Tomb Guardian. So we're just going to build a screen here between Tomb Guardian and Skeleton to prevent him from getting a shot on set 7. All of these guys are out of range of hitting these things. Everyone is out of range of hitting these things. There is nobody who can score. So I suppose that is better than taking a Claw Mighty Blow hit. He says before the skeleton. Oh, doesn't hurt itself. Right, I'm quickly just going to go and put a light on in here because the room's dark a little bit, so bear with me. So yeah, we had a little good, great, excellent before. We hit great. We still have the wizard. We didn't concede a touchdown. And we actually haven't lost anything. He's probably going to commit to a foul on the guard skeleton. I think that's a fair enough thing to do. Stadiums, yeah. So you pay 100k to get the stadium to level 2. Then you've got to pay another 100k for the enhancement. So he's not even committing to passing the ball. He's just purely committing to fouling a guard skeleton. Good, decent result for me might be a knockout combined with a send-off. Because he's definitely getting through the armour. Oh, it's a snake. He gets a knockout and it's combined with a send-off. Okay? Sometimes I can predict the future. So, that is half time. The stadium does not contribute to the team value, no. So, half time we are 1-0 up, and that is where we wanted to be. But, my God, was it stressful getting there. Tomb Guardian's back. Guard Skeleton stays out. We've got the better of the two players back. But the babe isn't quite doing what we wanted it to. Although I suppose it literally just did. So I should stop my whinging. You're getting off the front line. You're getting off the front line because I'm a man who likes to learn his lessons. And this time we are just going man for man like this. Ooh. I kind of want to put you on the field. As much as you might be horrible killed, you also have a reroll in you. And we kind of need that. Because we saw how the first half went. Put the better Tomb Guardians on the inside. And then we will see how the second half goes. Again, a 1-1 draw is not terrible for me. If we can sneak a 1-0, we're in a great spot. So yeah, the orange light on the ground is the Disturbing Presence aura from the Nurgle Warriors and the Beast of Nurgle. It's a 3x3 grid around each of them. And Disturbing Presence says that any player must subtract 1 from the d6 when they pass, intercept or catch for each opposing player with Disturbing Presence that is within 3 squares of them, even if the Disturbing Presence player is prone or stunned. So if they're lying on the floor, it still counts. They also have foul appearance, which means you have to roll a 2+ to block them every time. I have managed that every single time so far. I have, however, double skulled a lot as well, so there is that. I think considering how weak the first 3 or 4 turns were, I think I'm probably quite lucky to be in this position. Spirit Crusher, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. That is very much appreciated. Yeah, as I was saying, hold on, we've got a new follower as well. Halmall is here. Welcome along, Halmall. Another one of our Eurogamer coaches. Yeah, it is much easier to spot on the Astro Granite pitch, is Disturbing Presence. But, as I was saying, I think I am pretty fortunate to be 1-0 up here, given how the first half of the first half went. So now it's all about that wizard. Quick snap. The kick's going deep, which means if he was going for a quick score to try and turn me over again, that helps me out on that front. If he wants to win, he has to do that now. It's an interesting one for me because obviously a draw kind of fends me off for another week against Werevem and Nurgle, Murgle, but it doesn't really fend me off against the rest of the division. So Carlos Sibs won, for example, and Crow Dog has the bye week this time round. Oh, that's still broken, unfortunately. Otherwise I was going to get the results up. So, yeah, as good as it is for me to keep that gap at 3 points to Nurgle, Murgle, a win keeps the gap to everyone, which is what we're looking for. Yeah, James, we've been giving it a go. It's mainly by popular demand, to be fair, which I suppose is a nice thing. The kick did come back 1 square towards him. Here come the LOS blocks, and that is a knockdown. And he's okay. So, again, the longer these lads can stay alive and okay, the better. Same goes for my Tomb Guardian, who is, in theory, about to level. In theory. In theory. Please get on with it. I so need this level. Stun's fine, I suppose. Here's another one from the block Nurgle warrior. You know, he's been the best of the lot. The standard block Nurgle warrior for armor breaks. It looks like he is setting up quite aggressively this side. But again, if he doesn't leave anything in the way of a switchback, I'm confident that I can control the field. Sure Hand's doing its work on the strength 4. We are not going to bolt it now. Beast of Nurgle doesn't knock over the skeleton, which is great. That one does. Krieg is back, unfortunately. We're good. So it's 3 stuns. It's quite a lot when you think about it. So, wouldn't imagine he'll foul. He's lost now. His only dirty player. The other one, of course, was MNG for this. Again, it is Khemri, so we can't overcommit too heavily to one side. These two very much have to work together, I feel, to make this worthwhile. I think what we're actually going to do is put you here. I really want to... We got to keep that beast tied up. Because I don't want that strength 5 guard going where it wants. So guard skeleton, unfortunately for him, has to go there. Now that was originally going to be his job, but now it's not. So his job is instead going to involve this. That's okay. My blitz is going to be against this Nurgle warrior. We follow that up by just basing you like that. And then we probably, for the first time, roll foul appearance. I'm hoping that if I just keep saying that, it'll keep working. Now, I don't think I want to follow this up for a pylon. Ah, should have followed it up for a pylon. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's still a useful stun. Now you have to hold the line here. And then you are just going to chill there. There. I got to protect the reroll, I think, over the Tomb Guardian, I suppose. That's okay. Protect against a foul a little bit here. So the reason we've set up one back is if the Beast of Nurgle followed, he could block up and then have guard in play here, so we don't want that to be the case. You might be right on the piling on, NPA. You might be right. But it's always so very tempting. At the very least, he stays back as a safety now. There's no threat of a Nurgle score this turn, and possibly not next turn, unless he goes hyper-aggressive here. Obviously, I think the Wizard is reserved purely for the Strength 4 Blodge, Sure Hands, Extra Arms Ball Carrier, because of the fact that Rowan Boneman has been a useless sod today, and I don't trust him with his Strength 4 to counteract the Strength 4 of this. Metal, it's been a stressful one, but we are in the lead. I am down just the one guard skeleton to a KO. There's been 2 send-offs and a casualty over here. So far so good. We've got a Wizard in pocket. And we're now just kind of hoping that skeletons can survive for a little bit longer. Good lad. Well done. Big fan of that. Right now I've got 4 players waiting to stand up on the next turn. He can take a 3 dice with the Beast, but it's kind of slow with regards to scoring quickly, which if he wants to win is what he needs to do. Nurgle teams really do make you think when you're playing Khemri. Because obviously when they've got this much guard, they are kind of taking away my natural strength advantage. And that Claw Mighty Blow is bloody horrible. I left this guy on the edge. I think right now it's too much of a commitment from him to maybe get all the players he needs here to have a hit at this guy. But I might be wrong. He might be willing to do that. The thing so far that's useful for me is that the vast majority of his guard pieces, he's going to go through the guard skeleton bad looks of things. I'm okay with that. Just a stun. But again, I'm okay with that being a saga. I've got an absolute conga line of skeletons here. But this is their job. Survive this for as long as they possibly can. That's a great, really stupid for me. That's a really opportune, really stupid, because that now prevents him from making the block against Jethro Tull, which I think was the plan there on the 1 dice. So now he's probably in the realms of dodge out from the Tomb Guardian and potentially give me a little bit of room to work with. This is quite slow. This is him playing for 1-1 as I see it. Now, I don't really have a fouling piece available to me to maybe take advantage of this Nurgle warrior being stunned. Which is something of a shame. I think he will dodge out on the 3+. Oh, and he 1 in 9's that. Okay. Is there a world in which I can free up one of these skeletons to foul that Pestigor? Well, what I might consider... here is dodging out a skeleton. That skeleton might just get the nod to try a 4+ because the tentacles are inactive. So he might just get the go-ahead to try a cheeky 4+ and see if we can't foul that. It's going to depend how the rest of the turn goes. 2 blitz options. Option 1 is the Rotter. Option 2 is the Pestigor. I kind of feel like for what it's worth, the Pestigor is just the better player than the Rotter. So that would therefore be the better one to target. The problem being that I would need to commit 2 players to get a 2 dice block over there. Whereas I only need to commit 1 player to get a 2 dice block here. But it is with Rowan Bone Man, who, as we know, is utterly appalling at this game. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. That needs a GFI from him. And because he's gone quite central now, I also need to start manoeuvring a bit more towards the centre. So I think that's the hit. I just want to secure the middle of the field again. With these TGs. Because there is still the risk that he comes ploughing through me here. The question is, will I commit a reroll? Ooh, he got him. Would you look at that? Again, it's not a pile-on situation. And again, I might regret that. Do I leave him there for an extra assist on the foul? I think I possibly do. You have to stay there to protect him from a blitz around the side. Punch that one. See if he makes it. Doesn't make it. Not going to reroll it. Do eat a stun. But he is still kind of a body in the way. And it is still not remotely the time for a wizard. Another really stupid, okay. That's like, what, 3 in the last 4? Or certainly 3 in the last 5 rolls. Certainly 3 in the last 4 important rolls. He's rolled really stupid on the beast. And from his point of view, it's not the time for it. It's useful for me as well, because it just prevents him making all that much progression up the field. These Nurgle warriors, he can hit that one to free him up. If he wants. There's your scoring threat. So his blitz is going to be on Mr. Pratchettep. And I'm going to shut my eyes and hope that he doesn't die when he's about to level. Can you survive another one? He does, it's just a stun. I think Thick Skull saved the day on that one. Mighty Blow and Thick Skull cancelling each other out there. Great skill. But we could go this way. He could blitz through this way. The excellent thing is that I can stand a guard player up and just tie that Beast of Nurgle down anywhere I want. I've got full maneuverability right now to just stick a player in a direction where the Beast can't follow up nicely. You know, he can't follow up forwards. Ball's going here. Don't hate this blitz. Yeah, he's switching the play. And that's why I wanted to get the Tomb Guardians back central here. This could sting. Now, Claw Mighty Blow has got through these things every single time so far. And another. There hasn't been a hit on a Tomb Guardian that has not produced an armor break. And that includes... maybe it doesn't. But the Claw Mighty Blow have certainly been very, very effective. So I'm down by one of the good ones. Which means we do kind of have to mosey on over to fix this problem. I think the blitz has to be on the scoring threat because we're not wizarding this turn, so we're just going to try and bolt. Well, we're not going to. Well, yeah, we're just going to try and knock him over, and then again we won't. We won't look to pile. Let's try a cheeky pro. Okay. Might change things slightly. Needs a GFI to score. Oh, if he's going for that pass, I have to make it as difficult as possible. So he wants to get the Beast as central as he can. The Pestigore, sorry, as central as he can. So that'd be 1, 2. Get out of the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I kind of have to just sit you here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That gets him there, which isn't great. But I got to cover that off a bit. So the next play is this. And that's okay. Because that means that he doesn't get to roll a 1 on a break tackle. And can come across and threaten there. Got a 1 dice option against him, but it's a 5+ to knock him over, and I don't like that particularly. don't like it, but it's good if I get it. But it's pretty bad if I turn over. Okay, we'll play it safe. I think I'll know when the moment for the wizard is. So right now his passing play would be difficult in the extreme, and he's got no real passing skills to make it okay. There'd be intercept threats. He'd probably be making the pass from like somewhere over here into the end zone. It's doable. The option does exist. I think I got my blitz angle wrong. I think I needed to leave that player in contact with the throw route just to force a harder handoff play. Haven't moved that player. I think he's now not going to go for a handoff and then pass here. Guard cancels guard, giving him a 2 dice there on the skeleton. Okay, so he's not going for the sculpt. He is going to claw a Tomb Guardian, and we know what happens when he claws a Tomb Guardian. He rolls a double push. Ooh, rerolls a commitment. Gets his stun, as we know is always the case. Right, we're suddenly looking quite weak on the side of the field where the ball is. Another stupid. Skeleton survives. Cheeky. Not doing it. Also, still not the time to bolt. That's a 2 dice. That's a 2 dice. This is still my blitz. It's blitz and shift back across, isn't it? I'll follow it. Okay, fine. We'll leave him there. You back to the centre of the field. You're also coming across. Yeah, it is actually, come to think of it. Good knockover. Worth a shot. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of just keeps him out the game. So what I'm considering now is, as we just screen off a little bit more here. Right, if I can make 2 GFIs with this skeleton, to hit, to tie this guy up, then I really slow him down. So we're going to try and make 2 GFIs, and I will commit a reroll to this. Just don't snake it, fella. Good lad. I think that slows him down quite a bit. These are both 2 dices. This thing isn't in range to score on the next turn. I think not being able to use that player as an assist and also having that thing tied down, it's going to slow advancing down this side quite a lot, and it's just a skeleton. It doesn't matter to me if it takes a 2 dice block. I have to say, so far my skeletons have been on point for damage survival. Yeah, I said it. I mean, I couldn't have timed that any better, really, could I? Okay. That one at least makes me look like not a complete idiot, which is nice. Why do I say things? Now, the thing I'm having to consider here is that I don't want to leave the bolt too late. Because if it does fizzle, I kind of need to be able to have enough time to set up a contingency plan. And obviously when I do hit it, I want to be able to surround it with players so that he can't get a hold of it. Basically, I am only scoring once today, by the looks of things. Here comes a blitz. That is a whole load of pows. You know what? He's done very well with this Pestigo. I've not been able to even remotely get a shot on it all day. Because it is niggled. But I've not been in the same league as hitting that thing. I wonder if he'll foul. Beast gets a 3 dice. Beast gets a knockdown. Beast is back in the game. Thick Skull and Mighty Blow cancel each other out. He is going to foul this. I think he's going to take a cheeky 1 dice there. That's not a bad 1 dice to take. Push is okay for me. If I get a send off, I can maybe hit that thing. We don't get a send off. He has 3 turns in which to score. And I'm a little shy of players. I'm certainly a little shy of Blood Bowl players right now. We're too stretched at the back. So I think I see his play. I think his play is going to be shift ball this way, maybe hand off, pass to this guy and score. If I keep knocking this thing over, I'm probably okay, but is it too slow? Like, do I then commit too much this way? I really wish these two were the other way around, because if they were, I would have just gone over and two-diced him and kept these two around this area. As it is right now, he probably has scope to... I can't take a block here. There's no block. I can maybe take a one dice, but we'll have to see how we feel about that. I think I blitzed that. I think... it's only one dice, of course it is. Do we trust him to make 2 GFIs, ladies and gentlemen? Well, you know what? We can do that. And that makes it only 1 GFI. I think that's the go-between piece. Much more like it. Much more like it. I think I'm being way too negative with this piece. I think I'm going to try this one dice as well. We've kind of got rerolls to spare. I'm not going to reroll a push though. So if that was his plan, we shut that down by taking him out. Of course, he has the option now of just overpowering me this way, which is the way that he sort of left me with. I had to cover off one option. That skeleton has had that coming. I have done, by the way, very little damage in this game. That's a good result. The more of them he can take, the better it is for me. Will he greed it? He does. He doesn't get him. Keep going. Keep going. Because now, are you going to dodge? He is going to dodge. I don't know if you can make him safe. So it's his turn 15 next. That's a GFI, maybe? On his turn 15, he must have a scoring threat, remember. One dice skull. Reroll gone. That is happy bloody days. I think it might now be time to launch the firebolt. Or the lightning bolt, sorry. brilliant. That was quite a bold lightning bolt, and we have been fundamentally rewarded for it. How do we take out anything else? GFI for 2 dice. We've just got to take out anything else that can threaten us here. This guy's still a problem. Okay. Having powed him, I am now kind of free to do what I want. That's good. Because he was a threat. So now I think I can target that Pestigol with the GFI. And I've promised a lot of people I'm going to kill this thing. He's done it again. He makes me sweat, does that thing. Right then, you are on pure safety duty. You are going to punch this rotter, because he's the one more likely to pick up the ball. Get out of here. Do we trust Imhotep Pratchitep on a 1 dice block? Good lad, tell. That might be one of the most important turns of a whole season, that one. Massive turn. That thing's stunned, which means that when it gets up next time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 GFIs just to go in the end zone. This rotter's kind of tied down. This now becomes the primary threat. He still needs to get the ball to it somehow. And we have the safety in play. And the throw ra able to maneuver itself around 2. That was a stunningly good turn. I just removed his 2 best players in 1 turn with KOs. It's not dead. I was tempted by the pylon, but I think you guys can probably tell. I think this win's quite important to me. So that's a 1 dice pow, which is the last thing I needed there. This Nurgle warrior has been on point, by the way. Keep him around. That's a 1 dice skull. That's a 1 dice pow. Hey, no armor break. So his reroll's gone. We've got nothing to worry about on the reroll front now. So remember, he must get something at the scoring range. GFI. Failed GFI. We have won the game. Yes. We technically haven't won the game. I'm going to do something about him. That was a little premature. So that was ever so slightly not okay. I might foul it. Do I trust him to punch the Claw Mighty Blow, dude? I suppose I do. I should absolutely foul this thing. And we're going to use the big dog, Pratchitep, to do it. Ooh, we don't get him. Okay, the game is still alive. But we didn't get sent off. Weirdly tempted. Not going to do it. We don't want to risk another block on him now. There is a small chance he could do this. But he has to basically uphill his way through these guys or dodge through and then make basically a long bomb pass. It is possible. It is improbable. One more block for you to take, Guard Skeleton. One more. You've earned your pay today, Sunshine. I think it's going to be the Nurgle Warrior who's going to try this. One dice knockdown. Oh dear, this could hurt. This is the great Nurgle Warrior. Please stop it. Oh, please stop it. Thing is insane. Well, he's going to have to go through Pratchitep. He's got no reroll. That's good enough. What you can't see right now is me punching the air. Because, hot damn, is that a big result. There's a cheeky 2 dice available on his Beast of Nurgle. How to lose a Tomb Guardian? No, not this one. Oh, we got one. There's Krieg. Badly hurt. No regen. Ooh. Don't need to move in. Go on, skeleton. Let's see what you got. Fails it. I don't think I care. So GG, well played to wherever. That's I am delighted. I'm really, really happy to have won that game. I think that gives us a great shot. I reckoned I needed, essentially, and we've got all our money back that we spent as well, which is great. I think I needed 2 wins and a draw to pretty much guarantee a playoff spot, and that is one of the wins now. This skeleton kind of deserves it, to be honest. We were out armor broken. We did outblock them by 48 to 46. But it's the 1-0, isn't it? That's the key. That's a nice MVP for him. But tell you what, let's have a celebration. Imho Terry Pratchitep levels up. If ever you wanted to see an 11, this might be it. We also level a Tomb Guardian too. This is where I don't want an 11. Ah! Right. That is no longer guard. He's had a good day. Oh, that's a 3. Oh, I don't know what you get on. I don't know what you get on a level 6 throw, right? What do I do with that? Fend? Is accurate the worst idea? Is Hail Mary Pass the worst idea? I wonder if Hail Mary Pass might be the shout. Nerves of Steel, I'm never really handed off to him. Dump off, I'm never really... Oh, who's going to catch it, you know? I've got tackle on 1 throw route. I don't know if I need another tackle. Although we do have Underworld coming up in the last week. Hail Mary Pass is an option. But I don't know how useful it is because, as you saw in that game, we don't tend to recover the ball all that much. I've got to have a think about that one. Fend might be the way I go with that. I think Fend is the likely favourite, but I need a bit of time to think about that one. And have a look at the table. Speaking of the table, we are second now. 7-1-2, 22 points. I reckon 26 is enough. Hustler's got 24. He needs 1 win, and I think he's in. I think he's probably in already. Kick could be a shout. We shall see. So it's now down to the game this evening between Hustler and Berserk, and suddenly I'm a massive Dwarf fan because I don't think I'm going to win this division. Although, having said that, if Berserk does win or get a tie, Berserk ties, I'm only 1 win behind first place. So maybe a tie would be okay. But really what I don't want... Do I want a Berserk win or not? I have no idea what I want from that game. My only concern is 4th place. Carlos Sibbs is on 17. Homosep is on 16 but has a game to play, which is against the Orcs. That could be a tough one for him. Wherever has, of course, lost. Crowdog has the bye week, so he will move to 5-3-2. So Crowdog moves on to 18 points. That means we are 4 clear of him. So what it means is that unless Hummersep beats the Orcs, we've got a 4-point cushion.